Okay, I need you to sit with this for a second, because it's going to change how you see half the confusing stuff men do. He's not being random. A lot of the time, he's testing you quietly, without ever announcing it. And by the time most women figure it out, the test already happened, and they already answered it, whether they meant to or not. Today I'm breaking down 6 things men do when they're testing a woman, and stay till the end, because number 5 genuinely shocks people, and number 6 is the one that decides everything else on this list. Let's get into it. 1. He pulls back on purpose. Everything's going great. Texts are flowing, connection feels strong, and then suddenly, he goes a little quiet. Not a disappearing act, just enough that you notice. A lot of the time, he's watching how you respond to space. Does it make you spiral, double text, get anxious? Or do you stay grounded and keep living your life? This isn't usually him losing interest. It's him checking whether you have your own center of gravity or whether your entire mood depends on his attention. 2. He says something slightly off to watch your reaction. He'll say something a little edgy, phrased just casually enough to pass as a joke. Then he watches how you carry yourself when you respond. Do you let it slide with a nervous laugh? Overreact into a huge blow-up? Or calmly let him know that wasn't okay, without losing your composure? A lot of men are quietly checking your self-respect level with comments like this, whether they realize it or not. 3. He cancels plans last minute for no real reason. Sometimes a canceled plan isn't really about the plan. It's a test of your reaction. Do you immediately drop everything and reschedule around him? Or respond with easy, unbothered energy, letting him know your life continues fine either way? A woman who reorganizes her whole week teaches him something about how much control he has over her time. Staying flexible but not desperate teaches him something completely different. 4. He brings up an ex on purpose. He'll casually mention an ex, sometimes for no clear reason. This is rarely as random as it looks. Does jealousy take over and turn you insecure and combative? Or do you stay unbothered, secure enough that her name doesn't send you spiraling? This test reveals a lot about your security, both in yourself and in the relationship. 5. He goes quiet after a deep conversation. Here's the shocking one. You just had a real, vulnerable conversation, and instead of closeness continuing, he goes quiet afterward. It feels confusing, even hurtful. But vulnerability makes a lot of men nervous, especially if they're not used to it. That quiet isn't rejection. It's him processing what he just revealed, and watching whether you'll respect that space or chase him down. Giving him room here often builds more trust than anything you could say. 6. He lets something small slide to see if you notice. This is the quietest test of all, and it's ongoing. He'll let something small slip, a minor inconsistency, a small broken promise. Then he watches if you notice, and how you handle it. Do you let it slide because you're afraid of seeming difficult, or calmly hold your standards without turning it into a big confrontation? How you handle the small stuff quietly teaches him how far he can go with the bigger stuff later. Closing. So let's recap. He pulls back to see how you handle space. He says something off to check your self-respect. He cancels plans to see how you react to disruption. He brings up an ex to gauge your security. He goes quiet after vulnerability to see if you'll give him room, and he lets small things slide to see what you'll accept long-term. Here's the real secret, though. You don't need to try to pass these tests. The moment you're performing a reaction because you know it's being watched, you've already lost the plot. The women who naturally pass these tests aren't strategizing. They're just secure, grounded, and clear on their own worth. and everything else follows from that. If this opened your eyes, drop a like, subscribe for more relationship content every week, and tell me in the comments, which one of these have you experienced without realizing it? See you in the next video.